All right. We are live from Pasadena, California. I'm Bryce Narvaez, Arizona State Sun Devil with the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Tonight's game features the 0-1 San Dimas Saints and the 1-0 Pasadena Bulldogs. And this right now is the pregame report as we are just under 22 minutes away from the opening kick of this game. Both teams going through their warm-up procedures. But let's talk about these two teams. Let's start with the visitors tonight, San Dimas. Last season, they were 9-3 overall. They went to round 2 of the Division VI playoffs in the CIF-Southern Section with a loss to Dana Hills. They finished 4-1 last year, second in the Via Vista League. Looking at this season, again, they're 0-1. It's actually listed 1-0 on Max Preps. I'm not sure if anything happened post-game against Burbank. There wasn't really anything in the news other than the game was played. Burbank won that game 56-28. So I'm just going off of what happened last week and not whatever has happened this week, because I haven't seen anything that like, oh, maybe Burbank had somebody playing who was deemed ineligible, like is the case with Bishop Montgomery this week, as they were supposed to have a game tonight against Mater Dei, but because of the kerfuffle that happened in Hawaii last week and the roughly 5 players who were deemed ineligible, and of course the scuffle that happened with about a minute left, Bishop Montgomery did not have enough players to play their game against the number 1 ranked team in the country, Mater Dei, this week. So once again, San Dimas is 0-1 to start the season with a 56-28 loss to the Burbank Bulldogs. So they're dealing with another Bulldog mascot opponent tonight in Pasadena. But San Dimas had a pretty strong senior class last year. Again, going to Division VI of the CIF-Southern Section playoffs with a loss to Dana Hills. The ultimate winners in that D6 playoffs was Murrieta Mesa, and their quarterback transferred to the rival school of these Pasadena Bulldogs, the John Muir Mustangs. But, you know, Pasadena has a pretty strong squad too, especially under now second-year head coach Ron Jones. Huge kudos to the coaching staff here at Pasadena for what they've been able to do to turn this team around. You know, they had a stretch where they had lost 14 straight games. That goes back to the end of the 22-23 season, in which they had an amazing team, Pasadena, led by now Houston quarterback Indiana Wijay. His sister London plays women's volleyball with USC. You know, we got to see Indiana Wijay on the sidelines last night of Houston's game, in which they won against Stephen F. Austin. It was unfortunate that he didn't get to play, but, you know, he's a remarkable player. And his senior year here at Pasadena High School was, again, pretty respectable for the Pasadena Bulldogs. Again, they had amazing talents. Jason Ridley was on this team. Sadly, I haven't seen anything about his whereabouts, if he's still playing football. But another guy who was part of that team is Balin Brooks, and he's at Western Michigan. He originally committed to San Diego State, but he entered the transfer portal last season and is now with Western Michigan, which Western Michigan won the NCAA men's hockey championship. So that's just a fun fact about that. And, you know, anything can happen over there in in the MAC conference with teams like Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've heard of Eastern Michigan and a certain somebody who is over there now. But also in the MAC, you have Bowling Green, you have Toledo, you have Akron, Ball State, University of Buffalo. So those are a couple teams in the MAC, just to give you an idea of where Mr. Balin Brooks is playing. But looking at these Pasadena Bulldogs, they were 8-7 overall last year. But the one thing that these Pasadena Bulldogs did last year that was by far impressive, especially under Ron Jones in his first year and the rest of his coaching staff, was go on to win the Division 13 sectional championship. They made the state 6A playoffs. Unfortunately, they lost in the first round to Monte Vista. Bulldogs finished 4-3 in the Pacific League last year. That's good enough for third. Again, they're going to be competing with the likes of Burroughs and Burbank. And then maybe, just maybe, they have something for Muir this year. It's been a while since we've had a competitive turkey tussle, and I'm sure both sides want to see that, both Muir and PHS. Bulldogs are 1-0 with a very decisive win over Cantwell Sacred Heart last week, 42-3. And again, this is a PHS team that, unfortunately, last year Hype Grand was deemed ineligible to play. He did not play. And then I believe the two stars that you're going to see or hear about tonight for Pasadena in quarterback number 9, Dutch Burbage, and Kyle Robertson, the wide receiver. They transferred in from Glendora. I believe they had to sit out a couple games, but when they did come in, they made an impact. And again, one of the reasons why this team won Division 13 last year. Let's take a look at the next 3 games for both of these teams. First, starting with San Dimas, as we're now just under 15 minutes from kickoff. San Dimas plays against Colony next week. These 3 games for the Saints of San Dimas are all home games. It's interesting if you look at Pasadena, because their next 3 games are all road games. So, first game of the next 3 for San Dimas is against Colony. That's next week. In 2 weeks' time, they play against the Bonita Bearcats, and they were featured last week against the John Muir Mustangs. That was a very interesting and competitive game between those two. Bonita, not the same as they were last year with Noah McHale and Dylan Robinson, those 2 4-star recruits out of the class of 2025. But Bonita has a lot of returning players, and that should be an interesting game for San Dimas. And then in 3 weeks' time, they'll play at home against Western High School. That is September 19th. Flipping it over to the Pasadena Bulldogs, they play next week on the road at Norwalk High School. And then in 3 weeks' time, so September 19th, they play on the road at Burroughs High School. That is of Burbank, California. And in 4 weeks' time, they're on the road at Glendale to play against the Glendale Nitros. Those are league games between Burroughs and Glendale for these PHS Bulldogs. Looking at some of the pregame notes, San Dimas dominated Pasadena last year. It was 49-0. So you're going to understand that Ron Jones and the Bulldogs are going to want some vengeance after that. But, you know, they've found their footing since then. And an interesting fact on San Dimas is They went 2-0 against the Pacific League last year, so that means they beat both Burbank and Pasadena last year. They put up 49 points in both of those games, so just shy of 100 in a 2-game span for the San Dimas Saints. Again, their senior class was pretty good. We'll see if this year's senior class can do that for the Saints. Again, they put up 28 last week against Burbank, and it was a very close game between those two. Burbank was ahead by 1 possession going into the half, something like that. And then second half, it was all Burbank from there. They doubled up on San Dimas, once again, 56-28 last week. So San Dimas is going to want to bounce back from that. Pasadena is going to want to continue where they left off from last week against Cantwell Sacred Heart. Here's a look at some of the out-of-town games that we're going to be paying attention to. There are a couple of finals from yesterday from the Valle Vista League, which is where the San Dimas Saints come from. Alta Loma hosted Los Osos and won 20-13. They're in the Valle Vista League, Alta Loma. Former Pasadena head coach, Coach Maxey, leads Baldwin Park, and they held off Covina at home 49-41 last night. And last but not least, Los Altos beat West Covina in the Valle Vista League by a score of 21-7, once again in favor of Los Altos. There's actually one more game in the Valle Vista League that will be going on tonight. It will be Diamond Ranch. The Diamond Ranch Panthers of the Pomona area are ironically playing against the Bonita Bearcats. So Bonita is looking for a finish after last week. They came up so close to putting on the game-winning touchdown against the Muir Mustangs. But Muir held on last week 17-14, and yeah. The buzzing that you're hearing is because we're kind of near one of the light posts, and it's old school lights. I just saw that. Anyway, now, looking at the Pacific League, where the Pasadena Bulldogs are from, it's actually the last year that the Pacific League is this 8-team format that it has been for ever, I guess. I don't know. I don't have the exact date on that right now on hand, but it's been pretty much the same 8 schools this whole time from the Pacific League. Hoover has a game. They would have played against Dr. Maya Angelou of Community School yesterday, but the Maya Angelou School, unfortunately, doesn't have enough football players for a team this year, and Hoover had to scramble to get an opponent for this week. They found an opponent. They would have played yesterday, but because they found their opponent, they play tonight. That game should be going on right now. They're playing against Nordoff at home at Hoover High School in Glendale, California. Burroughs of Burbank, California starts their season on the road at Hart High School of the Santa Clarita Newhall Ranch area. Hart High School plays their home games at College of the Canyons, and it's kind of been an annual tradition to see Burroughs and Hart play against each other. The Burbank Bulldogs, who beat the San Dimas Saints last week, are hosting Westwood High School of the state of Arizona. So it's an interesting part of the schedule for Burbank. So they host an Arizona school this week, and then they travel on the road to play against a school from Nevada. Again, so far, Hoover, Burroughs, and Burbank are the teams in the Pacific League that these Pasadena Bulldogs, who are the home team tonight, will be contending against. We also have Crescenta Valley from the Pacific League. They're on the road at Knight High School in Palmdale, California. And last but not least from the Pacific League, there is Arcadia High School. Arcadia is hosting South Pasadena tonight. Those are the Pacific Leagues. We're also paying attention to one more school. They also come from the Pasadena Unified School District, which is home to both Muir and Pasadena. It's Thurgood Marshall High School. They're actually not too far from here. The school is located on Allen Avenue, and most of the time their homecoming court is introduced with the Pasadena High School homecoming court. So Thurgood Marshall, they're on the road. Again, this is the first time in a couple of years that Marshall has had a football team. They're in Compton tonight against Dominguez High School. So those are your out-of-town games that we're going to be paying attention to throughout the night, as we are now under 7 minutes from kickoff. And if you hear a bit of percussion in the background, it's the Pasadena High School marching band. They're warming up on the eastern side of the field. And the eastern side of the field is the left side of your football field graphic that is on your screen. I'll step aside a couple minutes just to get some fluids in my system. Talking for a while, it takes a lot out of you, so we'll step aside a couple minutes. When we come back, it'll be closer to kickoff between Pasadena and San Dimas. Let's go marching. All right, we're back. It's time for football. So San Dimas has won the toss. They've elected to defer to the second half. And that means we'll be seeing Dutch Burbage and the Pasadena Bulldog offense first, as San Dimas is already taking the field. We're just waiting for the Bulldogs right now. So San Dimas will be going from right to left on your screen, from the Bulldogs end zone to the Pasadena end zone, and Pasadena will be going vice versa. Here come the Bulldogs. It's going to be a little confusing tonight because both teams have white-based helmets. But the football helmets that you do see on the scorebook here are exactly what the teams are wearing tonight. Ooh, let me move that a little bit. There we go. And let me get the arrow to the right ready to go. There we go. So those are a couple of changes that I made from last week to this week. I now have an arrow of which team, or the direction the team will be going this week. And also the football field is pretty close to the actual one, courtesy of some graphic design and graphic design of a stock image. So that arrow is going to move with the football when San Dimas kicks it off. San Dimas will be going from right to left, and Pasadena will be going from left to right, or east to west. And here we go, it's time for football. With action in the Valle Vista and Pacific League tonight. And San Dimas will send this one away. It'll be fielded at about the 5-yard line by the Bulldogs. And he's gonna get some help from his special teams specialist. That was number 7. Damari Pitts on the return. He's a freshman for these Pasadena Bulldogs. So 1st and 10, Pasadena to start things off from. See the spot of the ball when they get it set. It looks like to be about the 38 or 39 yard line. 38 is what they have on the scoreboard. So 1st and 10, Pasadena from their own 38. And let me address the quarter too. Here's Dutch Burbage.
Good throw.
Pass is complete to the outside and
Got 9 on that.
wrestled down for after about 9 yards is number 13 for Pasadena. That is Delano King, another freshman for Pasadena.
That's a big freshman wide receiver over there.
Yeah, he's pretty big. Actually, they gave him the first down. Ball spotted on the 48-yard line of the Bulldogs. Here's Burbage handing it off to his running back. Gets about 4 or 5 yards on the carry into San Dimas territory. It was number 1 on the carry. That is Sincere Pitts, who is also listed as a freshman for Pasadena. So 5 yards on the carry. Spots it on the San Dimas 48-yard line now. 2nd and 6. So 4 yards. Empty backfield for the Bulldogs. And here's Burbage to throw. He's going to look outside, and he's got it. Breaks a couple of tackles and into the end zone for the touchdown. That is Damari Pitts, the freshman, for the opening 6 of the game. that was a great route from him, and another dime from Dutch Burbage, the Glendora transfer. .48 yards on the passing TD.
Good ball. Yeah, that was a dime indeed. Oh, high snap.
And it's blocked. The PAT was blocked by the Saints. It looked like number 42 for him was there.
The snap was high.
Yeah, it was a bit of a high snap. That was Liam Loyola, the junior for San Dimas.
So Dutch had to reach up for it and then put
Yep.
it back down. That took way too much time.
It did, and the Saints were all over that one. The snap was a bit high, and unfortunately, the kicker was not able to get that off. So it's only 6-0 Pasadena. They'll kick it off to San Dimas. But yet again, it's a quick start from Pasadena. And the Bulldogs special teams is out there getting ready to send the ball down to the other end of the field for San Dimas. .16 to play in the opening quarter. Trying to do a lot here. It's a high kick, and he bobbled it, and the Bulldogs were all over that. He ran into his own teammate. That was number 2, Cash Jones, who was there to recover after he ran into his own teammate. It looks like he's talking to number 9. That's Keenan Hoyt. Looked like they ran into each other. It was Jones backing up, and he had no idea that Hoyt was behind him. So it ended up affecting his catch, and he bobbled it, it bounced to the turf, but he was able to recover, and then he was just swarmed by a bunch of Bulldogs. You know, 1st and 10 San Dimas. It looks like an empty backfield here for the most part. Quick completion to the 19-yard line. That was Brandon Meredith at QB, and he completed it to number 1, Jacob Gallegos, junior for San Dimas. .5 yards on the quick completion. I'll update the scorebook in a second, as this is going to be a false start against the Saints. Yep, they jumped there, and that's going to force them to go backwards 5 yards. Second and 10 from the 18-yard line. Or actually, no, scratch that, from about the 12. To reverse, Gallegos again. He gets to the 16 before he's forced out of bounds by number 0 for Pasadena. That's Dash Middleton, sophomore. They're going to give him about 4 yards on the reversal.
Handoff, whatever you want to call it.
Reversal again.
Yeah.
So reversal out to the 28-yard line for a first down for San Dimas.
Getting
first
that
and
delta
10,
wing
San
offense.
Dimas.
Yep. And then now
Run
handoff
up
to
the
fullback.
middle,
Up the middle. Gain of about 5.
about 5 yards. That looks to be number 42, Liam Loyola on the carry. Yes, it was.
It's a lot of trickery in the backfield. A lot of eye candy in the backfield. It makes the defense, makes an aggressive defense want to, stay at home.
Right.
That's the best way.
It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 33-yard line of San Dimas. 8:20 to play in the opening quarter. Meredith rolls out of the pocket looking for somebody. Doesn't find anybody. Takes off. He will be tackled just shy of the first down, about a yard short. Looked like number 12 for the Bulldogs, Dior Middleton, in there for Pasadena with the tackle. He's a senior. It's 3rd down and 1. From the 37-yard line of San Dimas. It's a quick
Nice
handoff
spin.
for the first down.
Nice spin.
He spun off a potential tackler. That was number 30, Daniel Baeza, for the first down. He's a senior for San Dimas. So the Saints will move the sticks across the 40-yard line. It's spotted at the 42, 1st and 10.
So I think what happened there was both he and the defender were surprised that they were both occupying the same spot, and he was able to spin around and just break the tackle and gain a few yards for that first down. It was a really smart play by number 30. All right, here we go, 1st and 10. Number 42 took it right, gained about 1.
That was Liam Loyola on the carry for San Dimas. Got about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Or 2nd and 9.
Or I'm sorry, 2nd and 9. A lot of numbers going through my head right now. 2nd and 9 from the 43 for the Saints. Pasadena trying to get a stop here. It's going to be Loyola on another carry. Gains a decent chunk of yardage. Looks like he gets about 4 or 5 this time. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 or 5. Looks to be 5. Yep. Brings up a 3rd down and 5 after a 4-yard pickup. Ball spotted on the 47-yard line of San Dimas.
Short.
He'll be short by about 2 yards. Looked like number 1 and number 8 in there for Pasadena. That would be Sincere Pitts and Andrew Johnson making the tackle for Pasadena. And looks like he's also doing the punting duties, number 15, Meredith, for San Dimas. It's a little bit deceiving because the quarterback is...
that guy up there. Throw it. Oh my God, there was nobody on that guy over there.
He'll send
That's
this
gonna
one
be a quick
away.
throw. Oh, it touched him. It touched him, didn't it?
He was just able to avoid that. It was kind of interesting he didn't field that. So PHS will take over on their own 16-yard line is what they're spotting it. Up 6-0, 5:13 to play in the opening quarter. They're going to stop him for a loss of about 3 or 4 yards. That was number 3 on the carry for the Bulldogs, Kyle Robertson.
Loss of 3.
Brings up second down and 13. At the 14-yard line. Thirteen-yard line. Burbage to throw. Gets it off, and it's complete.
Tackle, quick tackle. No gain. He might have even
It was
lost
a
one.
quick tackle, and after the quick completion, it looked like I think that was number 10 on the reception, Sebastian Clark. He was immediately tackled by number 4 for the Saints. That was Alexander Larios, another senior for San Dimas. It's going to set the Bulldogs up for a third down and long. With 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter, again, Pasadena up 6-0. It looks like they're going to tackle him way back for a loss, close to the 5-yard line.
Just outside the end zone. Looks like a 2-yard line?
Looks like, yeah, the 2 or 3-yard line. That was not where the PHS Bulldogs wanted to go with that drive, and they'll have to send the punt unit out there.
4 finally.
They're going to send the punt unit out there, but he's going to be punting from the shadow of his own end zone.
This will be the long snap. The snap is high and out of the back of the end zone for a safety. And there it is.
That is not what the team in red wanted to happen. High snap out of the back of the end zone, safety, 2 points on the board for San Dimas, and they will get the ball as well. So that puts the score to 6-2 in favor of the PHS Bulldogs, but they're going to have to send this one back over to San Dimas. It'll be number 6, Kassan White, to kick this one away for the Bulldogs. Fielded at about the 29-yard line. Trying to find some space up the middle. He broke a tackle and is quickly into PHS territory. That was number 9 for San Dimas, Keenan Hoyt, on a pretty hefty return and sets up the Saints in good field position. We're gonna see where they spot the ball here. Looks to be close to the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs. Looks like the 46. So premium field position for San Dimas to work with. Down only 4 points here. A touchdown could put them in front. 2:51 to play in the opening quarter. And there's a lot of guys there for San Dimas. And it looks to be number 1 with some space for a first down, Jacob Gallegos. They're trying to run a lot of trickery in the backfield, and so far it's paying off. And the ball will be spotted deeper into Pasadena territory. It looks to be on the 26 is what they have it on the scoreboard. San Dimas in the huddle. Their helmets look sort of like the Michigan Wolverines, but white and blue instead of the blue and maize that they're accustomed to in college football. It looks like a 5-yard gain on another handoff. Again.
Number 21 on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
All right, that was 21 on the.
Still positive yards for the Saints. I mean,
another 5 yards on the carry. That was Justin Avila for the Bulldogs on the stop. But again, San Dimas is able to move the ball right now with a lot of motion in the backfield once they get that ball snapped. Meredith under center. He's going to hand it off to Baeza. And again, for plus yards, and it looks like they're going to move the chains.
That's another 6. That's another first down.
Yep.
Jeez.
Makes you wonder if they were running the same thing against Burbank last week. Probably. Well, actually, they spotted them just shy of the first down. It looked like initially the line judge was positioned on the other side of the sticks, but it's going to be a 3rd and 1 here. And we're going to have a timeout on the fields.
Equipment.
For equipment. So, I think it was San Dimas.
Yeah, San Dimas wide receiver had something with his equipment.
He was able to allow Pasadena to make a quick substitution. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. San Dimas deep into Pasadena territory. They're going to go to Liam Loyola again, and he will be stopped for another San Dimas first down. 47 seconds to play in the opening quarter. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Bulldogs are going to try to lean on their defense to get the stop here. Respotted on the 14-yard line. Another handoff up the middle to Gallegos. And it looks like, he got in for the San Dimas touchdown. That's going to
knife through that secondary, or the knife through the defense. Mm-hmm. Good blocking by the Saints. That's all you can say. That's really good blocking by the Saints.
So a 14-yard touchdown from Jacob Gallegos for San Dimas puts them in front 8-6 at the moment. Pending the point after here. On to kick that for San Dimas is number 17, Brady Arriaga. And the kick is through the uprights, and it's a 9-6 game in favor of San Dimas. I'm going to keep the arrow like that for now, since we're about a play or two away from the end of the first quarter. 9.2 seconds to play.
It's taking a little bit of music courtesy of the Pasadena High School Bulldog marching band.
That's a sky kick. And a pretty nice return by the Bulldogs. There's a flag in the backfield. That was Michael Ambrose on the return. He's also a senior for Pasadena. Let's see what this flag is. There are 2 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. It's likely a hold on the return.
Personal foul against the return team.
Personal foul against the Bulldogs. So what was a pretty nice return from Michael Ambrose has been negated by a penalty.
And they're spotting it from the spot of the foul.
And it's from the spot of the foul, which is at about the Pasadena 20-yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs will take over.
Yep.
Trailing by a field goal here with 2 seconds to play in the quarter. Burbage will, oh, he fumbled the ball. The ball's on the turf. It's picked up by San Dimas.
Did he make it in the end zone? Nope.
Just shy of the end zone, and that's the way the first quarter is going to end. A lot of shenanigans back there for PHS. That's not looking good. And so another big play for San Dimas will set him up 1st and goal when we come back for the second quarter.
Three bad snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Bad snap on the
oh, hold on a second.
punt in the end zone, and a bad snap right there. I'm telling you, the center is the lost art.
All right, there we go. Now we'll step aside a little bit for the quarter break as the teams will switch sides.
Yep.
At the end of the first, San Dimas is up 9-6 on Pasadena.
Seriously, right?
So 1st and goal, San Dimas. They're going to go up the middle to Gallegos, and he's going to shed a couple of tackles for the San Dimas touchdown. So quick answer to start the quarter. Man.
So right now the defense is not picking up all the movement and who's
Right.
actually got the ball. They're setting a guy in motion right before the snap, and then after the snap you've got 2 other guys moving. So you got 3 guys moving behind the backfield. The quarterback has his choice as to who to give it to, and the defense can't figure it out. It's insane. The Delta Wing, when it works, it works.
So 15-6 San Dimas right now, pending the point after. It's a little bit of a low snap, but he's able to get it off, and it's through the uprights and good. So it's now 16-6 in favor of the Saints.
Wow. Wow.
If you're rooting for Pasadena right now, you're going to have to hope that this coaching staff makes a couple of changes either now or before or at the half just to handle all the different moves that San Dimas is pulling off in the backfield. They've got like 3 guys in that Delta Wing conversing before one of them comes away with the ball. It's usually Jacob Gallegos in these situations for the Saints, as we've seen so far. And yeah, so far the Pasadena defense hasn't picked it up just yet. And the offense is going to have to answer here, down 10. So 5 seconds off of the clock in the second quarter. Deep return coming from the Bulldogs. He's tackled at the 19-yard line. 20-yard line. That's where Pasadena's going to take over here.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
19. Yeah, he was tackled at the 19.
Good job by the kickoff coverage team there.
The Sage kickoff coverage was all over that one. That was, on the return, it was number 7, Damari Pitts, the freshman. Didn't really have anywhere to go after he crossed the 15 and was tackled at the 19. Pasadena takes over on their own 19-yard line, down 10 here. 11:48 to go. They're going from right to left here in the second quarter. In their home reds with white helmets that say Bulldogs in white. It's hard to see from the sideline or anywhere in the stadium right now. Burbage to throw. He gets it off. And a quick first down for the Bulldogs. 15 yards to one of his favorite targets, Kyle Robertson. I believe they transferred together, Burbage and Robertson, from Glendora. And that's where their connection comes from. So 1st and 10, Bulldogs now on the 34-yard line, starting to move the ball. Burbage rolls out, tries to get it off. Oh, he found his man. He breaks the tackle. He's going down the sideline. He's gone. Touchdown, Pasadena.
There's a flag, though.
There is a flag on the far side of the field.
It might be on him. It might be on offense.
At about the San Dimas 46-yard line. Man, that was an amazing pass to Sebastian Clark. We'll see what happens here with the penalty marker.
That was number 10. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be on the offense. Because the coverage looked pretty good, and then all of a sudden he freaking had the ball. Pass interference on the offense, yeah.
They're going to call that offensive pass interference, so he pushed off of the DB.
To make that catch. It was a great catch either way.
Yeah, either way, that was a great catch. And
he just got caught, got a little too physical with the DB there. But, I mean, that was a very athletic catch. That was insane.
That was an amazing catch. Disappointing way for it to be wiped out by the penalty. The ball spotted on the 35-yard line of Pasadena, the PHS Bulldogs. 11 minutes to play in the second quarter. Let me change that arrow real quick. And address that too. Oop. Burbage rolling out. He's going to take a shot deep, and it's batted down by the safety.
He was open. Dude.
He was looking for Kyle Robertson again. And just great coverage from the San Dimas safety there. So it'll be
Not
second
exactly
down.
Sure who that was.
Second and 9.
I want to say that was number 1.
Looks like 8.
I want to say that was Gallegos.
Could have been Gallegos, number 1 for San Dimas, or number 8. That's Adam Diamato. Looks like they're the safeties for San Dimas. So second and 9 for Pasadena. 10:52 to play in the second quarter, down by 10. Burbage the throw. Gets it off, and it's complete. And working his way out of bounds, that was Damari Pitts. And he's going to move the chains for a PHS first down.
That was a good throw.
Gonna spot him at just shy of midfield. It looks like the 49-yard line.
Quick throw.
Another quick throw to number 1.
Got him. First down again.
Another first down for Pasadena. That was Sincere Pitts. moving the chains into San
The corner
Dimas
over here is
territory.
number 9 for.
That was Keenan Hoyt on the tackle, number 9 for San Dimas. Ball spotted on the Saints 30-yard line with the Bulldogs driving. Here's Dutch Burbage throwing out to Robertson. It's complete. There is a flag on the play.
Quick throw and tackle and got him. But there is a flag, you're right.
We'll check the penalty marker.
What's going on? They're talking to the San Dimas guy. Did they pick up the flag? What the heck is going on here?
Seems like they did.
Oh, it was against San Dimas, I see.
Okay, the penalty was against San
Defensive
Dimas. It looked like
holding,
a defensive hold, and
In the back, defensive backfield on the receiver.
that'll move the ball a couple of yards. It'll still be first down. Actually, it'll give the Bulldogs an automatic first down on the defensive hold. They'll move deeper into San Dimas territory. It'll be spotted on the 20-yard line now. Burbage to throw. Taking a shot, it's just incomplete. He was looking for Kyle Robertson. It was
Overthrew his receiver.
just overthrew him. 9:45 to play in the second quarter. It's a second down and 10 coming up for Pasadena, trying to answer back after a couple of miscues on special teams.
Good ball. Handed off number 1 up the middle.
Quick handoff up the middle. That was Sincere Pitts on the carry. They'll give them about 3 yards. It'll be, actually, the scoreboard says 4, so 3rd and 6 coming up. Burbage under pressure, and he's brought down.
Back to
Quick
the original line of
tackle
scrimmage.
by Asa
Lost 4 there.
for the Saints, and a loss of 4 yards on the play.
Got 4th down.
Will bring up 4th and 11. And decision time for the Bulldogs. It looks like they're going to keep that offense on the field and try to pick
Looks like
this
they're
one
going
up.
for it. Looks like the offense still out there.
Offense is still out there. They're going to go for it here.
They're looking for a mismatch on the outside with number 13 out there.
Empty backfield, 2 to the right and another 3 to the left. Burbage, he's going to have to take off, and he's
Got him.
tripped
Wow.
up, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Big play from number 4, Alexander Larios, for the Saints. And San Dimas will take over on downs. Eight minutes, 4 seconds to play in the half. San Dimas up 16-6 and with the ball on their own 24-yard line after forcing the turnover. both teams talking about this one.
I guess you could consider this a TV timeout.
I guess so, yeah.
I believe the game is being broadcast on camera.
All right, let's try to look at some of the out-of-town scores while the teams take a break. We got Dutch Burbage over here on the 40-yard line, kind of standing on his own. I think that's him without his helmet. All right, we do have a couple of scores here. To tell you about that La Habra versus Northview game from the Valle Vista League. La Habra and Northview are tied at 7 in the first quarter. Let's see if we have anything from the Pacific League so far tonight. I just see live. Okay, there we go. First quarter scores, we have Burbank up 7-0 on Westwood of Arizona. We're about to get the first down snap here for San Dimas, 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line, going from left to right or east to west. He's trying to roll around. There is a flag on the play, and it looks like the Bulldogs were able to get him for a loss of about 5 or 6 yards, maybe more.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we'll check the flag. I think it's probably going to be offensive holding. It's in that spot. Yes, it is. Offensive holding against the Saints. That was one of the big defensive plays that Pasadena needed right there. See if they can force a 3-and-out, get the ball back, and try to do something offensively.
They lost like 6 of that. Whoa. So loss of yards and whoa.
Wow.
So it's
Oh, no loss of down. San Dimas trying to get some of that yardage back. The Bulldogs weren't fooled on that. At most 2 yards on that, maybe 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and Sierra Madre being 2nd and 18. Yeah, that's a decent amount of yards. Back on the 14, Meredith to throw. He's going to take a deep shot, trying to find Gallegos. Did he bring that in? No, he did not. It hit the turf.
he underthrew it.
Yeah, it was underthrown. It'll be 3rd down and 18. It's kind of like, I almost want to call the way San Dimas runs their offense sort of like watching the reversal plays that Boston College runs. It's almost like that.
Well, one of the teams that I think of that runs this kind of offense would be Navy.
Navy, that's the other team I was thinking of too. Navy midshipmen. So 3rd and 18 from their own 14 for San Dimas. 7:07 to play in the second quarter. With the Saints up by 10, 16-6. Meredith just has to chuck this one forward to avoid the sack. And it'll bring up 4th down, and that's what the PHS Bulldog defense needed right there. Was to force a 3-and-out, and the punt unit's going to come on for San Dimas. Here's the punt. It's a high punt. It'll take a friendly bounce for San Dimas. Just a little bit, but it wasn't a full flip of the field. So Pasadena's going to have some good field position here.
30-yard punt.
30 yards on the punt. It'll be spotted on the San Dimas 44-yard line. All right, continuing our out-of-town score update. We have 2 other games with scores right now, second quarter for both of those games. The Hawks are up 21-0 on the Burroughs Bears from Burbank, California. And South Pasadena is up 27-7 on the Arcadia Apaches. I think the injury to one of their stars for Arcadia is proving to be a massive hurdle for them to overcome. Here's Burbage taking a shot and just miscued with his intended receiver, Kyle Robertson. It looked like Burbage was trying to throw it outside and Robertson went inside. So 2nd and 10 from the San Dimas 44 coming up. 6:43 on the clock, separating us from halftime. Here's Dutch Burbage. He's gonna take off. Tried to shed a tackle, but could not. And it was a big play for number 89 for San Dimas. I do not have an 89 here, but there is an 89 on the field for San Dimas. So it's gonna bring up a 3rd down and long for the Bulldogs. Trying to pick this one up and cut into the 10-point deficit.
Get a penalty?
Maybe for taunting after?
I don't think so. I didn't see taunting. It could have been face mask, if anything, on the tackle, because he went down kind of awkward.
All right, so penalty against San Dimas is going to give Pasadena the 1st down.
I didn't see what
they're going to spot him on the 30-yard line. We couldn't see the signal from the lead official. But here's Dutch Burbage. He's going to have to be escaping that one. He's going to have to get rid of it. He does not.
He got tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
And yeah, he lost about a yard or 2 with that near Houdini act.
They're marking him 2 yards back.
So loss of 2 yards.
3 even.
3. Okay. So they'll be back at the 33-yard line of San Dimas.
By the time they finally spotted him, he lost the lead. Holy cow. I'd like to see him just unload that out of bounds and, take the next down. I mean,
yeah, the ESPN team was talking about it with Dylan Raiola last night. His smarts to just get rid of the ball when under pressure like that. We have some flags in the backfield. I think it's going to be a delayed game or false start against Pasadena. It came from the back judge. So that's going to back him up another 5 yards. They're going to spot him back at just shy of the 40-yard line. It looks to be from the 37 of the Saints. Again, Bulldogs in possession. Yep, 38-yard line. Burbage is flushed out of the pocket under pressure. He's going to try to take off and get yardage. He got a decent chunk of that back.
He got about 10 of it back.
Yep, it looks like 10. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 coming up. That San Dimas secondary is limiting his options. And he's just had to take off himself. So 3rd down and 9 from the 39-yard line. is what they have on the scoreboard. 4:45 to play in the second quarter. Burbage to throw. He's going to take a shot looking for Robertson. Oh, and he dropped it.
He dropped it.
It was right there for him, and it just slipped out of his hands. And what was probably a guaranteed touchdown.
That was. He was in the end zone.
This crowd was looking for him to bring that in, and unfortunately he could not. So 4th down coming up, and based on what we've seen from the Bulldogs already, going for it on 4th down, they're going to keep the offense on the field and try to go for it again. 4th down and 9 from the San Dimas 39-yard line. The Saints got the stop the last time.
He's going to go for the outside.
It's on the way, trying to go outside, and overthrew his man and turned over on downs. 4:32 to play, and the Saints will take over on their own 39-yard line. 1st and 10, 4.5 to play until halftime as the Pasadena Bulldog Band gets ready for their halftime show. They're rolling out a couple of marimbas and other assisting percussion for a pit band, because that's the style of halftime shows they run.
It's entertaining.
Yes, it is.
Dramatic.
It's like,
with a lot of flair.
yes.
Here we go. Movement in the backfield again, and
About
gain about
7 yards again. Looks like Liam Loyola on the carry for the Saints. Again, he got about 6 or 7 yards there. Clock running with San Dimas up by 10, 16-6. And they will get the ball to start the second half.
Handoff to the left. Oh, flag. Huge run,
It's a
but we got
massive
2 flags
run.
in the backfield.
Yep, that was Liam Loyola again, but there are 2 flags in the backfield. He got deep into PHS territory. He was chased by 3 Bulldogs down to the 30-yard line, but it's most likely coming back against San Dimas. Oop, I did not switch the that stuff. There we go.
So yeah, they're marking it off.
Yep, it'll go against San Dimas.
Got a hold on the offense.
Yep, a hold on the offense.
That's
Penalties declined.
Okay. We got a
Personal
foul
foul
on the offense.
And
that penalty will be
that's
accepted.
the one that will be enforced. That's usually a 15-yard penalty.
Yes. And that'll be a repeat of second
Repeat of second down. It'll be 2nd down and 19 once this yardage is tacked on. So a huge break for Pasadena. Again, we've seen some big plays wiped out by penalties. 2nd and 22 is what they have on the scoreboard. Ball spotted back on the San Dimas 16-yard line.
So it might have been from the spot of the foul. 15
Okay,
yards from the spot
15
of the foul.
from the spot.
Yeah.
It's a bit of motion in the backfield again, trying to
Good pursuit
pick
by
up
the,
some of that
Bulldogs.
yardage
What's
back,
up?
but the Bulldogs were all over that one to sniff it out. Maybe at most 3 yards.
It looked like 21 on the Bulldogs.
And making the play for the Bulldogs was number 21, Justin Avila. He's been consistent over the years for the PHS. And this is in fact his senior year, is San Dimas will call a timeout. 3:13 to play. Yep, it looks like two of these games are pretty much laughers already. You have Hart up 28-0 on Burroughs. And then you have South Pasadena up 34-13 on Arcadia.
Yeah, I told you not to count that South Pasadena team out.
I had a feeling. They lost to El Segundo last week.
Yeah, the South Pass team is usually
they're usually pretty good.
Run-heavy team.
Let's see, I still see 7-7 between La Habra and Northview. We have a 3rd down and 19 coming up here for the Saints, trying to pick this one up. Good San Dimas moving from left to right in the second quarter, and they will receive the opening kick of the second half. Saints with 2 timeouts, Pasadena with 3, as far as I'm concerned. I believe that's...
Yeah,
well,
that's correct. We got the 2 timeouts, I think. Wait, no. Oh, no. That'll be 3rd down. Yeah, I don't know.
Quarter 2, down 3s. They don't show the timeouts on this
Yeah,
pretty well-aged scoreboard in Pasadena High School. There's the lot of motion in the backfield. Meredith taking a shot. Gallegos in the center of the field.
He caught it.
And he caught it. He brought it down. It looks like they're still fighting for it.
Yep.
But Gallegos has it
35.
deep into Pasadena territory, down at the 35, a big first down for San Dimas.
That's only the 2nd time we've seen that QB throw it deep. And
Meredith,
he throws a
yep.
very tight ball.
He's got a cannon, does Meredith for the Saints. That is Brandon Meredith, number 15 at quarterback. He's thrown it roughly 3 or 4 times, 2 for completions, and they've been pretty big completions. So 1st and 10, San Dimas from the Pasadena 35-yard line after that huge completion. And they'll go back to the ground. Liam Loyola, he got about 8 or 9 on the play.
Oh, they're moving up even closer to the line of the chains there.
Actually, they have him spotted right here on the 25-yard line.
Oh, they gave him the first down.
And they're going to give him the first down.
He got 10 and an inch.
10 and an inch from Liam Loyola on the carry.
Handoff up the middle.
Another handoff up the middle.
No, they got
Not
him that time. One hit.
Not much to be gained for San Dimas there, but we're going to head to under 2 minutes to go. In college football and the NFL, they would normally stop here, but it does not in high school. So it'd be 2nd down and 9 from the 24-yard line of the Bulldogs. San Dimas threatening to put more points on the board before halftime. Saints with 2 timeouts. I think Pasadena still has 3, all 3. They're gonna hand it off again.
Handoff.
On the, it looked like he initially faked and went to, I think that was number 9. It was number 9.
He did hand it off to the first back, who then handed it off to the second back. So it's
Got
a
it.
double handoff. Yeah.
Double handoff.
Yep.
That was Keenan Hoyt who picked up the first down yardage for the Saints. They're going to move it to the 15-yard line here on this first down snap. 1:12 to play. San Dimas threatening for more points. This crowd hoping that the Bulldogs can get to stop, but
Run to the left. We got
there's a
flag.
run to the
Probably gonna be a
left
hold again.
for what looks to be another first down, but it's going to come back for a hold against San Dimas. Clock stops with exactly 60 seconds to play until halftime. So it'll be 10 yards backed up, still first down for the Saints. they'll spot him back at the 25-yard line. But instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 20, and we have the time running again. We'll see what the Saints elect to do here. Up 10 with the ball in plus territory. If they're just going to keep running the clock, or they're going to have a little bit more urgency. Looks to be Liam Loyola up the left side. Brushes off one tackle and then gets tackled inbounds. And San Dimas will call a quick timeout. Looked like he picked up 11 yards.
Yep.
It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up. San Dimas using its 2nd timeout of the half.
It's interesting watching these two offenses because San Dimas, they run that triple wing or whatever you want to call it,
or
right?
triple option.
So there's usually only one receiver. You got 2 H-backs, and then you got your fullback in the backfield. Whereas PHS, they run a more spread offense, and most of the time you see 4 receivers.
4 receivers.
You got 3, you know, 3 on one side of the QB and 1 on the other side of the QB. Another thing that you see with this one is San Dimas, because they run that more traditional triple wing offense, their quarterback is under center. Most of the time, actually all the time, it seems like every snap he was under center. Whereas, as you can see, PHS, they put their quarterback 5 yards,
5 yards back
behind, and they
pistol or
snap
shotgun.
with the shotgun.
Yeah, in the shotgun.
And that led to 1 turnover with the fumbled snap over there. So, you know, for me, I like, you know, people might think that the traditional style is kind of boring, but I kind of like it. It's like old school smash mouth football.
Smash mouth football.
Yeah. So.
And it's been working. It's been working for San Dimas, so if it ain't broke,
that's
then
just
fix
me.
it. 2nd and 9, 33 seconds to play. Saints with 1 timeout and threatening to put up some more points here. Here's that triple option again, Liam Loyola to the left side of the field. He's going to be stopped just shy of the 1st down. We'll see if the Saints call a timeout, if they're running a bit of tempo here. We got a very anti crowd here with 12 seconds to go. Another handoff to the left side, and still haven't used their timeout yet. Looks like they are going to use it at some point. 3, 2, 1.
I think he called it.
I think he called it with 1 second to go until the half.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. So we'll see what the Saints do if they bring on the field goal unit.
Sorry, I'm saying 10? I think he said 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
That's what it looked like. He threw up
A
10.
lot of time ran off the clock. It was very interesting. Yep, they put 10 seconds back up. So San Dimas using their last timeout right here with the ball at the 5-yard line.
So you got a chance to take 1 shot into the end zone.
A 3rd
If
and
it's
1.
incomplete. They did give him the first, though.
Oh, they did give him the first. Okay. Wow. Oh. Initially, they had it 3rd down and 1.
It looked like they had him a little bit short,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
They had him initially a little bit short on the 5-yard line in inches spot.
So that's probably why there was the confusion with the clock,
Right.
because on the 1st down, the clock should have stopped.
It should
right?
have stopped.
Yeah.
And then once they spot the ball, it goes again. So
you
we'll
go.
get 1 or 2 plays before halftime, depending on what the Saints elect to do here.
Exactly.
They might throw it and take a shot to the end zone here on 1st and goal. 1st and goal from the 5.
So I'd take 1 shot at the end zone.
At least 1, yeah.
Again, that's just me. If we were playing Madden right now, you know I'd take 1 shot at the end zone.
Or
It's only
CFB,
3rd down.
CFB 26.
Or actually first down
Yeah.
now. But it looks like they're lining up for the field goal.
So the Saints are going to try to tack on 3 more here to make it a 19-6 lead at the half. So on the kick is, I think that's number 12, Angel Aguilar for the Saints.
Good snap, good hold.
Kick
Good to me.
is good,
Good.
and through. 6.7 seconds remain, but it's now 19-6 in favor of the San Dimas Saints.
Even though that's a conservative decision, kicking that field goal, I would say that's actually a smart decision because now, either way, it's a two-possession game, but a touchdown and a field goal won't tie you. Now they actually need 2 touchdowns.
They need 2 touchdowns to do something,
So,
and we've already had a couple of issues with the Pasadena special teams. They missed an extra point after the touchdown. And then there's the high snap out of the back of the end zone, and then the fumbled snap too. So at least 3 situations where the Bulldogs could have done something probably brilliant, and it just got wiped away on just misfortune. I'm kind of expecting the Saints to squib kick it here. But then they might sky kick it and just try to get all this time off the clock. It is a deep kick.
Ooh, he bobbled that for a second.
A little bit of a bobble, but here he comes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 30-yard line at the 27 with 0.1 seconds remaining until halftime. We're using all the decimals at this point. We'll see what the Bulldogs do here with this one play. If they try to take a deep shot, or if they're just going to take the knee and go to the half like this, I have a feeling that they're going to take one more shot.
It's not smart. You got 3 safety deep.
Right? They're playing prevent 3 deep.
Shot is going to be picked.
Or just batted down incomplete.
Hand it off.
Nope, just a handoff.
There it is.
That's going to take us to the half, is trying to get more yardage. Gets into San Dimas territory. That was Sincere Pitts number 1. Unfortunately, didn't get all the blocking that he needed to take that to the end zone, but that'll send us to the half. San Dimas Saints 19, Pasadena Bulldogs 6. And San Dimas will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter of our game. We'll take a break here on YouTube. a bit of a listen into the Pasadena High School Bulldog Marching Band. Kind of wish I knew what they were playing, but it's more of like a DCI or Drum Corps International set.
Yeah. I thought they had like an announcer for the games to, like.
They do, but he's like really silent.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it. But it was a good performance.
More so featuring the twirlers.
The ones with the guns?
Yeah.
So they are.
Trying to remember.
Well, technically, I think in most crews in the marching band, the ones that carry the guns are usually part of ROTC. And so that's the Reserve Officers Training Corps. And those are students who aspire to
join
possibly
the
join
armed
the
forces.
military, join the armed forces after high school.
Hey, let's put it that way. Last football game,
And the PHS dance team is about to make their presence felt, and they're going to be playing some music over the speakers. For now, I'll just talk over it, just to give you a rundown of how we got here at the half.
Exactly. You could do your recap of the first half.
We had a very interesting start. So the Bulldogs got the ball first, and it was capped off by a quick 48-yard touchdown pass from Dutch Burbage to Damari Pitts. And then followed by one of the 3 snap issues for the Bulldogs in the half. So the point after was blocked. Bulldogs were up 6-0, and then it was all San Dimas from there. 19 unanswered so far from the Saints. And actually, initially, on San Dimas' opening drive, the Bulldogs were able to force them to punt. But it was kind of just like a poor special teams decision to let the ball keep bouncing. It took the Saints bounce all the way down to the Bulldogs 16-yard line, and then PHS kept going backwards from there. And it ultimately led to a safety because the Bulldogs were trying to punt and the snap was high. And it just went over the head of their punter and out the back of the end zone. So it was then 6-2 Bulldogs in front. And on the following San Dimas drive, it was capped off by a Jacob Gallegos 14-yard rushing touchdown, kind of running a Delta Wing Navy midshipman style offense.
Triple wing, if you want to call it that?
Yeah,
double
triple wing, double wing.
Wing back offense?
I guess,
I
wing
think,
back
wing
offense.
Back offense is probably the best way to describe it. But yeah, similar to that, option offense that Navy runs.
The option from Navy, similar to that. Because 9 times out of 10, the quarterback is snapping from under center. He took a couple of shots, and when he did, he completed 2 big passes. So there was the 14-yard touchdown that put San Dimas up 9-6. Then the Bulldogs got the ball back. They started on their own 20, and then there was a fumble recovered by San Dimas that set them up for yet another touchdown from Jacob Gallegos. That made it 16-6. And then Pasadena's just had no luck from there. They got into San Dimas territory and just turned it over on downs twice. And just before halftime, the Saints were able to kick a field goal to go up 19-6. That's where we stand, and San Dimas will once again receive the opening kick to start the third quarter. It's a lot of uphill work for the Bulldogs here.
so I'm waiting to see what that basketball program will look like.
trying to cut into this 13-point deficit.
With the way the opening possessions of each team started, I honestly didn't think that we would be where we're at halftime right now.
Same.
Yeah. The Bulldogs started off pretty hot on their first
They
possession.
started hot on the first possession. It was almost like last week where
Exactly.
it was capped off by an opening big touchdown.
The only issue that they had on that opening drive was the snap on the PAT.
Yep.
Right? I mean, they marched down the field like they
Easy.
owned this house. I mean, this is their house. And San Dimas on their first possession, they kind of sputtered. And
they sputtered and had to punt the ball. And then it was
but their defense
came up at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Make the adjustment and came up with a couple of big stops. Also, San Dimas with a pretty big cheer squad tonight. There's about half of them came over to this side of the field, the home side of the field, to take a look at the halftime show.
Well, I guess what we got to understand is there's the cheer squad and there's the pep squad.
Yeah, the pep squad or spirit squad.
Or the spirit squad, exactly. And it looks like they've got a pretty big group of each.
Of each, yep. Probably about maybe 30 members each.
Oh, at least.
Or more,
least.
maybe closer to 50.
It looks like the pep squad probably has more members than the football team does.
We're waiting both teams to come back onto the field. They're going to put another 3 minutes back on the clock, so it's another 3 minutes to talk to you right here. I'll turn on my webcam briefly here, just to give you an idea that I'm here and I'm doing well. I just got to move this to the... Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Let me just move this to the other side of the... There we are. So, yes, I am here. And we are on the home side of the field at the western 22-yard line. So it's pretty much right under the side for the Bulldogs on your scoreboard here. But we're here trying to get you through the second half of this game. San Dimas once again up 19-6, and yeah, it's been, if you're San Dimas, it's been a pretty boring game. But again, they've been getting pretty much plus yards all night with that halfback wing offense that looks sort of like the Navy option. Now we do have both teams on the field. There's about 2.5 minutes until kickoff. I'll give you a rundown of our out-of-town scoreboard. We've got a couple of SEC knockers, and when I say that, that means the score is pretty high. You've got Hart up 35-0 on Burroughs. It's the second game of the season for Hart High School of the Santa Clarita area. They play their home games at College of the Canyons, which is a pretty nice venue. We also have at the half South Pasadena up 41-13 on the Arcadia Apaches. So South Pasadena, they usually have a pretty decent football team. They're bouncing back after a loss to El Segundo. And again, Arcadia is dealing with a big loss, an injury to one of their players, one of their star players. He's going to be out for another 5 or so weeks. But he should be back for league play. I can't remember off the top of my head who exactly it is on the Apaches, but it's one of their stars defensively. And we also have the Burbank Bulldogs and Westwood High School Warriors of Arizona. It still says Burbank is up 7-0. It says first quarter, but I'm going to say they're at the half as well. And whoever's keeping score of that game has gone dormant. Other games from teams in the Pacific League, we have the Hoover Tornadoes hosting Norduff. That was a makeup game, actually. Well, not necessarily a makeup game, but more so they had to schedule it at the last minute because the original opponent that Hoover was supposed to play doesn't have enough players for a football team. That was Dr. Maya Angelou Community School in downtown LA. Hoover High School out of Glendale, California. That game is in progress between them and Norduff. So a battle in the San Fernando Valley. You also have the Glendale Nitros hosting the Duarte Falcons. Glendale is the one representing the Pacific League in that game. And you also have Crescenta Valley at Knight High School, Palmdale. And it's Crescenta Valley representing the Pacific League there. Looking at the Valle Vista League, which is the league that San Dimas is coming from. La Habra and Northview are still tied at 7. It's either a very defensive struggle between those two teams, or again, the scorer for that game has gone dormant. Also, we have another SEC knocker. So Bonita's bounced back after its loss to the John Muir Mustangs last week. They're up 31-0 on the Diamond Ranch Panthers. Those are the two other games from the Valle Vista League. I believe Northview and Diamond Ranch are the two schools from the Valle Vista League. Let me just confirm that real quick. Yeah. All right, I'm going to turn off my webcam for now just to get you back to football. Third quarter of play between the Pasadena Bulldogs and San Dimas Saints. So it'll be the Bulldogs going from right to left, going to send this one away to San Dimas. San Dimas is in their road whites with white helmets that look like the Michigan Wolverines. Pasadena's in their home reds with white helmets that say Bulldogs across it in a white font with red outline. It's very similar to the font that Fresno State uses.
Looks like they tried a little trickery on the onside or a short kick there.
It was a short kick from PHS, and it'll give San Dimas some good field position after their hands team had to come up with a play. Is there a lot of background noise?
No, I gotta hit the restroom.
Oh, okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Go right back.
Again, San Dimas with that double option look. Looks like the Bulldogs were all over it after a 3 or 4 yard gain. Oop, did not mean to do that. I meant to touch the football, not the actual football field. There we go. 2nd and 5 from their own 44-yard line, San Dimas. It's Gallegos on the outside. There is a flag on the play. Looks like he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Likely to come back for an offensive hold. Flag's in the backfield. Officials still discussing the flag. There we go. It's a hold against the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Saints. Second and 15, spotted back on their own 34-yard line. Here's a carry up the outside, trying to break one tackle.
Got about 5.
Looks like he got about 5 yards back to the 40.
Yep.
There are a lot of jerseys out there. I'm going to presume that's Liam Loyola, number 42, on the carry for the Saints. Trying to run their double handoff. So it's Meredith, the quarterback, under center. The hole opening up, looks like good enough for a first down into Pasadena territory. That's gonna move the sticks.
So the quarterback was under center. Behind him was number 42. That's
Yep.
Loyola.
Yep.
Okay. On the right, on the wing, was number 1.
Number 1, Gallegos.
Gallegos. And on the other wing was number 9.
Hoyt.
Okay. So the handoff, after he took the snap, he handed it off to number 1, who was going behind him, who then handed it off to number 9, coming back the other way. There you go, double handoff again.
Ball spotted on the 46 of the Bulldogs. There's like about 2 or 3 yards on the handoff. It's boring football from a spectator standpoint, but it's positive yardage if you're San Dimas. And
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, that's what they're getting here.
It's meant to confuse the defense, you know, because there's a lot of movement.
There's a lot of
going on
movement in the backfield.
Yeah.
You don't
And
know who's
you
going to
don't
get the
know who has
ball. It's going to be Loyola up the outside. He's got 1 block. Gains about another 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and about 4. Third down and 4 for the Saints with a 19-6 lead. Once again, going from left to right or east to west. It's 3rd and 4 from the Pasadena 40-yard line. And here they go again.
Oh, this time Bulldogs got him.
But the
behind
Bulldogs
behind
were
the
there for the
backfield, yeah.
stop.
Or behind well, it's still gained. No, they
Oh,
still
they
gained some
gave
yards.
him the first down.
Wow. It looked like he got stopped behind the line there, didn't it? Or behind the chains.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It looked like he was about a yard short, but they're going to give him the first down.
It might have been that extra effort at the end there.
I guess
before
so.
The, whistle blew.
So 1st and 10 for San Dimas from the Pasadena 36-yard line. And they're going to move the sticks right away
for
with another
Loyola again,
huge
42.
first down from Liam Loyola, number 42. This time it'll be on the 24-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Straight
They're going to
handoff
give
to
him
Loyola,
right back
goes
to
left.
him. He's got a first down and more just outside the 10-yard line.
He got 14 there.
And he's in there with another 14 yards on the carry. And yet another San Dimas Saints first down. They're going to spot him on the 11-yard line.
And what I've noticed on that play was that was just
a direct,
that
like-
traditional kind of pro style where they had the 2 running backs in the backfield. But
Yep.
they're not running the wing back anymore. And just straight handoff
Straight
to the left
back
again.
to
They're
Liam
finding-
Loyola again.
The soft side. It would be
Close to
right
the
side
first
of
down.
PCC, or, I mean,
They don't
the,
need to
Pasadena
get into the
defensive
end zone for a first down. He's inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
line. Yep.
7 yards on the carry. He's doing a lot of the heavy lifting this drive. Second down and 3. for San Dimas, one in motion.
There's the wing back.
They're going to give it back to Loyola. And looks like he stopped just short, but yeah, he stopped just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
So they can get a first down.
Yep, they don't need to get into the end zone.
Yeah.
They only need a few more yards, and well, 1 yard for the first down. It's on the 2-yard line right now. All they need to do is get down to the 1 for the first, and then it'll be 1st and goal. And he's in there for the San Dimas touch. No. He was stopped short.
But he did get the first down. He got the first down. He didn't get into the end zone.
Yeah. It looks like they're going to mark him from the half-yard line. So 1st and goal, San Dimas from the 1.
Wow. What a game.
Just outside of the end zone. 5:18 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's flying by because they're keeping the ball on the ground. Initial hit in the backfield, but he's able to muscle his way in for the touchdown. That was all pretty much Liam Loyola, number 42 for San Dimas.
Yeah, it was.
He was doing all the heavy lifting, and he's brought it all the way down the field for the San Dimas touchdown. Saints setting up for the point after, up 25-6 at the moment. And the kick is through. It makes it a 26-6 lead.
They took a lot of time.
They did.
That drive.
They took a lot of time off the clock.
I mean, that's control. That's possession right there.
That's just straight up smash mouth football.
Smash mouth football. There were a couple of plays there where the Bulldogs looked pretty good. I mean, it looked like they had to stop, but that offensive line is taking over for the Saints right now.
So San Dimas getting ready to send this one away. Oh, he dropped it. Kyle Robertson on the return. He's going to get out to about the 33-yard line before being forced out of bounds. There's a little bit of rough stuff after the whistle away from the play, but they'll clear away. Now it's time to see if the Bulldogs can get a quick strike here to cut into this deficit. There's been a lot of miscues
They're
tonight.
down 3 possessions right now. They got to respond quickly.
Down 3 possessions. You know San Dimas is going to just keep the ball on the ground because that's their bread and butter. And
they've definitely got the offensive firepower to do it.
it's just all about putting 1 and 1 and coming down with those catches. Burbage to throw, and it's caught.
And
Looks like he's got enough for the first down. I believe that was
really
Damari
close to that
Pitts,
first
number
down.
7. Yes, it was. The freshman on the reception for the Bulldog first down.
Oh, it's a good catch. That ball looked like it was going to go over his head.
Bulldogs with a new set of downs on their own 41-yard line. They're going to hand it off.
hand it off to the left.
About a yard.
Gained about 1.
on the carry. Sincere pitch, number 1. Sets up 2nd down and 9 from the 42-yard line. Bulldogs were looking for, once again, a quick strike. They have the firepower to do it. We've seen a couple of big catches, but wiped out because of penalties. And here's Dutch Burbage rolling out. Gets it. Oh, and it hit the turf. It hit the turf, incomplete. It was a low throw. He was looking for Damari Pitts, number 7, and just underthrew him, and the ball dying on the turf.
Yeah, that's a tough throw to make while you're on the
run.
On the run, yeah. That's a tough throw to make.
So 3rd down and 9 coming up. Ball on their own 42-yard line. Again, Pasadena down by 3 possessions, trying to cut into this. You have one lined up to the left in the shotgun. Is Dutch Burbage, the quarterback. He's flushed out of the pocket, has to make the quick throw. It's caught down the sideline. Damari Pitts, number 7. And he's got enough for a 1st down. They'll move the sticks. They'll spot him across the 50-yard line into San Dimas territory. It looks like it's on the 47. Yes, it is. .325 to play in quarter number 3. Bulldogs down by 20 with a fresh set of downs. Burbage from the shotgun. Under pressure, and a smart play just to get that away. He had 2 defenders all over him, 7 and 66. 7 being Mateo Guerra, and 66. Oh boy. Valentino Fueconcillo. 7 and 66.
As best as we can say it. Let's just call him
on the
Val
pressure.
for short.
Yep.
Val made a great play.
Val. Yep, Val number 66 for the Saints. Key and Mateo, 66 and 7. We're all over that, and we got a flag in the backfield. It's going to be a delay game against the Bulldogs. That's not what they wanted. And they'll spot the ball on the other side of the 50. So 2nd down and 15, 3:11 to play in the 3rd quarter. Ball spotted on the Pasadena 48-yard line.
Gonna be another delay. Yep.
And it's going to be another delay game against the Bulldogs.
So the back judge, when he puts his arm up, that means you got 5 seconds to
5
snap the ball,
seconds,
and then he counts it off. 1, 2, 3. So, I mean, Dutch should have seen that. QB should have seen that.
That's going to make it 2nd down and 20. Same time on the clock, 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Ball is now back on the Pasadena 43-yard line. They get the snap off. Burbage rolling out. Gets the throw off, and it is
nice hit.
complete, but it's incomplete and a huge hit.
Yeah.
That was a huge hit. That looked to be number 8,
He
Adam
came all the way across the
Diamato.
field to make that.
The safety,
That
yeah.
was number 8. Yeah.
Adam Diamato for the Saints with a huge hit. He put the hit stick on
Hey, he came across the field for that hit. He was in full speed when he made contact.
He was lined up on the near side of the field, and then he just went all the way across to the other side of the field to make that hit. Incomplete pass, 3rd down and 20 coming up for the Bulldogs. They need to convert this. Try to get their student section and this crowd back into this game. Empty backfield, Burbage, quick throw, it's incomplete. Again, trying to look for Kyle Robertson, and just a miscue between those two. That's going to bring up a 4th down in the punt unit.
It looked like the receiver zigged, and the QB threw the zag, and incomplete. High snap.
It's a high snap. He's got to punt it right here, right now, and he does, just barely. It takes a Bulldog bounce, but I believe they're going to have kick-catch interference against the Bulldogs. Yep. He ran into the would-be recipient of that punt.
But can I just say that whoever the gunner was over here, number 23, who tried to go in for the block, what a great job of body control of not making contact
not running
with
into
the
the kicker.
I thought he was going to get a roughing the kicker for sure, trying to get that block.
Very disciplined game from the San Dimas special teams at this point. And it's showing on the scoreboard right now. They're up by 20 with the ball, 2:48 to play. We'll see where they spot the ball after the penalty yardage is tacked on. Either way, it's going to come against the Bulldogs. And what was a pretty hot start just kind of fizzling away. So they'll spot the ball on the 38-yard line of the San Dimas Saints. 37 is what's on the scoreboard. And so that San Dimas
There we go, back to the
wing-back offense is going to take the field here. Meredith to throw, and it's high of his intended receiver, Bayasa, number 30, and incomplete.
He was looking for number 30. Got to the passes too.
There we go. Got that all set.
Nice.
I forgot to put the timeouts back on the board, so it should update in a second. There's a bit of a delay from what you're seeing and what I'm calling. So here's that triple wing, and there's a flag on the play. That was Liam Loyola on the carry. He's, again, doing all the heavy lifting for San Dimas, and what was probably about 5 yards might come back for an offensive hold.
Yep, holding.
It's a hold against San Dimas. They'll spot him back 10 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 20. Back at the 27-yard line. Up the far side for another 8 yards or so on the carry. I believe that was Hoyt this time, number 9.
And he came the long way around. He was the last option for the QB to hand that ball off to.
It'll set up a 3rd and 11. We'll see what kind of play they have drawn up here, San Dimas. Again, they're up by 20 with just under 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Again, the 3rd quarter just flying by here from Pasadena High School. Here's a run up the outside is Hoyt. And he'll be tackled out of bounds by, I believe that was number 2 for the Bulldogs, Xavion Flournoy, another freshman. So if you're looking at the future for Pasadena, they've got a lot of freshmen playing right now, or listed freshmen. But it's 4th down and about 4 yards.
So the runner for the Saints was number 9, and then the tackler was number 2.
Yep. 1 minute to play in the 3rd quarter, and the punt unit for San Dimas is out there. It's a bit of a high snap, and he's going to have to get it off quickly. It's a high kick.
Good job getting that off.
And it'll take a Bulldog bounce before the returner picks it up and gets it to where the ball was originally spotted, basically, in San Dimas territory from the 43. So that's where the Bulldogs will take over.
So that was a net of about 1 yard on that punt.
46 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Again, if you're Pasadena, you'd want to score right here, right now, just to cut into the deficit, get the crowd back in this game, and set yourself up for success. Here's a complete pass to Damari Pitts. Tries to fake out. The tackler does not. That was number 8 again, Diamato, for San Dimas, coming in on that tackle. Half a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. There's a 9-yard pickup for PHS that time. Empty backfield. Burbage taking a shot. Oh, what a catch!
Good catch, number 5.
What a catch, getting up there. Daniel Freeman, the sophomore. And he's going to bring that down for a Bulldog 1st down.
That was against 2 Saints. That was against double coverage.
Again, that was against double coverage. Clock is running, and I don't think they're going to get the snap off. No, they will not, and that will end the 3rd quarter. So San Dimas 26, Pasadena 6, and threatening from the 15-yard line on the other side of this quick break on YouTube. First and 10 to start the 4th quarter. Burbage on the option, takes off. He's got wheels, powers his way into the end zone, but but there is a flag. And it's most likely going to come back for offensive holding. That was actually a lot of speed from the junior Dutch Burbage. But unfortunately, again, another big play for Pasadena, wiped out by a penalty. So they'll spot him back on the 25-yard line after the yards. The penalty yardage, that is. Actually, back on the 18-yard line. First and 13 from the 18. Burbage rolling out of the pocket. Fires, caught. Robertson, touchdown, Pasadena. Bulldogs lining up for a 2-point try from the 4-yard line. This is a critical 2 points that the Bulldogs need. Burbage looking, fires to the corner, nobody there, incomplete, and it's no good. So it's 26-12.
He goes to Arizona State University, Top High School of Journalism, and that's what he wants to be. He wants to be I'm hearing him right now. No, I'm hearing him. You're definitely on the right man with that. A man before a man. Yeah.
So the 2-point try, no good. Again, it looked like Dutch Burbage was looking to the corner, and unfortunately, his intended receiver thought it was inside and wasn't there.
It looked like he was going for number 10. And
Yeah, he cut inside and the throw was outside. And yeah, that was the just miscommunication between the QB and the receiver. It's a good ball. I mean, you know, he.
Still workable, and getting the touchdown at the end of the day was what the Bulldogs needed.
yeah, we still got a 2-possession game with plenty of time, so anything can happen.
Defense just needs to get the stops when called upon, like here. Here's the kick. It's a high kick. They're looking for the onside. Oh, it's bobbled. And it looks like Bayasa is there for. Actually, no. They rule it. They rule it Bulldog football. Incredible job by the special teams unit for the Pasadena Bulldogs.
Whoa.
They ruled it PHS football. I thought the San Dimas guy, which was Bayasa, number 30, was there, but no, it's PHS football. So the Bulldogs coming up on that onside kick with the 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the 33-yard line of the Saints. Perfectly executed. Perfectly executed onside kick. They wanted the band to stop playing there because the offense was ready to go. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs inside San Dimas territory from the 33. This might get interesting, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Here's Dutch Burbage. He's gonna roll out and look for Robertson. He's got space, green grass, makes one miss, And he's brought out of bounds at the 5-yard line, 6-yard line for another big Bulldog first down. So a huge connection between the two Glendora transfers. At the 6-yard line for the Bulldogs. They set it up 1st and goal. Looking to tack on some points here after successfully recovering an onside kick. Here's a quick handoff up the middle, down to the 1. It looked like he fumbled after he went down. They'll spot him at the 1.
To reach out.
He tried to,
ball.
yeah.
He almost lost the ball reaching out.
He lost it, but it was after he made contact with the ground. That was number 1, Sincere Pitts. His brother is number 7, or his
we got
cousin.
a big hunk of meat checking in
Yep.
for the Saints there in the middle. Big number 7-7.
We've got the goal line set from San Dimas. We have Bulldogs threatening for some points. Burbage tipped it himself for the touchdown. Some trickery from Pasadena, and they're in there for 6. Dutch Burbage, the junior.
Well, that was a quick 2 scores there for the Bulldogs.
They needed that.
Looks like they're going for 2 again.
Yep, Bulldogs going for 2. 10:53 to play in the 4th quarter.
Oh, still plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
He should run it again.
Here's a 2-point try. Burbage outside to Robertson. He's met
And
by
that's why he should have
the
run it again.
Saints. And stopped. So it's 26-18. But again, Pasadena's cutting into the lead that San Dimas has. And who knows, they might go for the onside again.
Exactly. Why not? San Dimas is not, they're not bringing anybody up. They've only got the 5 up in the front. And they need to bring
A
their up man
5-4-2,
up.
yeah, they're running a 5-4-2 kickoff set. A bit of just a need for.
Exactly. These
Yep,
guys,
here they go.
There you go. Now they've made the adjustment. Those guys need to be 5 yards behind instead of 10. Yeah.
We'll see what the Bulldogs do on this kickoff.
They don't know how to line up, these guys.
Yeah, it's a 5-4. It's practically a 5-4-2. Here's the onside again, and it's Gallegos there for the Saints. This time,
Called for the fair
recognizing
catch. Did the
for
smart
the
thing.
fair catch, yeah, instead of going for a return. So it's going to set the Saints up on their own 40-yard line. First and 10 for San Dimas. Ball spotted on their own 39. They're going to go to Bayasa on the carry. He gets about 3. Again, if you're Pasadena, you need to stop here. You need to force a 3 and out. You cannot let the Saints pick up any first downs and gain traction with that run game. That wing back offense, very reminiscent of the Navy midshipman option, with one receiver lined up way wide. That's number 23 for San Dimas. Quarterback under center. He's going to give it to Gallegos around the outside, trying to make one man miss.
First down. No flags.
He's going to get into Bulldog territory. It looks like at about the 45 for a Saints first down.
First down.
10:07 to play.
Spotted at the 46.
46-yard line is where this one will be spotted. It's a 1st and 10 for San Dimas.
And again, that wide receiver way out there, so you know it's not going to be a pass. There's no way this guy has the arm to be able to get that to that receiver out there.
The quarterback Meredith under center. Oh, he fumbled it! Gallegos, it was a bit of a tricky handoff, but he was able to fall on it. But it'll be a loss of about 4 or 5 yards.
That's the first
The first
little
hiccup,
that
yeah.
we've seen. Yeah.
The
Good
first hiccup
way.
by this Saints offense. 2nd down and 14 coming up.
It's definitely a sign of nerves. You know, it's all of a sudden turned into a one-possession game from a 3-possession game.
Here's Gallegos again. It's going to take a trio of Bulldogs to stop him, but he picks up about 8 yards. Sets up a 3rd and manageable. Looks like it's about 3rd and 7, maybe 3rd and 6.
Yep. I'll go with 7. Looks like a long 6 and a short 7.
Third and 7 from the Bulldog 43-yard line with 8 minutes to play. The double handoff, it's Hoyt on the carry.
He's really close. To that
really
first
close to the first down. He might be a couple of inches short. We'll see where they spot him. They're going to give him the first down, I think. No, he's a
They're
yard
spotting him
short.
a yard short. It was
He's
just
a
calling
yard
the,
short.
down marker over. Yeah. All right, this is a big 4th down right here.
4th and 1
This is huge.
from the Pasadena 37-yard line. The Bulldogs need to stop. The Saints looking to move the chains. The wingback offense for San Dimas. Meredith hands it off. It's Loyola up the left side. He's got enough for a first down and more. He needed 1 and he got about 6 or 7.
It's 23.
Okay, that was Lino Alvarado, number 23 on the carry that time.
And he usually lines up as the receiver, so
He's usually the receiver, yeah.
The fact that he lined up on the inside there and got the ball, that was a little wrinkle. You know, something different.
Down to the 31-yard line, 1st and 10 for San Dimas. 6.5 to play in the ball game.
All right, so now you got the usual trio, number 9 on the left, number 42 in the back, and number 1 over there on the right.
And it's going to be a delay of game against San Dimas.
No, false start.
Or full start. Full start against San Dimas. .6:27 to play in the ball game. In what is an 8-point game.
Yep, same. 9, 42, 1.
Oh, we have pre-snap whistles. Timeout.
timeout right before the snap.
Timeout San Dimas before a delay of game penalty. They were working the play clock all the way down.
Although there was no reason to do it there because the clock wasn't running anyway.
Right.
Right? So I don't know if
It was just more of like they were like sleeping under center or something like that.
Got some Jonas Brothers by the
Yeah.
Pasadena High School
Cake by the
marching
ocean.
band?
San Dimas taking a lot of time to talk this one over. The Bulldogs are pretty much already set. Again, Pasadena needs to stop, get the ball back with reasonable time to go down the field and try to score a touchdown and then go for two to tie the game. Georgia Tech holding on, beating Colorado 27-20. That's a CFB game. About to get a 1st and 15 snap here.
Oh, they got
The Bulldogs were all over that one. Great defense. That was great defense from the Bulldogs. There were about 4 or 5 of them on that. So 2nd down and 16, so it was a loss of a yard.
Yeah, they lost a yard, yeah.
A loss of a yard. One in motion. It's Gallegos with the carry. Gets a couple of those yards back, but it's going to be a 3rd and long coming up. And the Bulldogs are going to call a timeout there first. It was 2 yards by Gallegos on the carry. We have 5:39 left, and Pasadena is starting to use those timeouts. Trying to preserve as much time as possible for Dutch Burbage in the offense to get this one back.
All the lights just went out at the
At the park, yeah. And that includes the baseball field. Yeah, that includes the baseball field too. The only event in the area is the rival to these Pasadena Bulldogs. The John Muir Mustangs are off tonight, gearing up for a big matchup against Charter Oak next week. Charter Oak won against Upland last night, 33-20 from SoFi Stadium. 3rd and 14, San Dimas trying to pick this one up. It's a double handoff to Hoyt. He's got room to go, trying to break a tackle and more, and he's got 1st down yardage.
Wow. Wow.
He needed 14 and picked up like 20 yards. So San Dimas will move the sticks
Wow.
on a 3rd and 14. It's pretty much one of those same plays they've been running all night. They're gonna spot him. Yeah, they're gonna spot him on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Saints. Again, going to the bread and butter.
There they go. You got
I was gonna
8 or
say-
9 on that carry.
I was thinking pasta for a second. I was thinking Mazithra cheese and browned butter for some reason. I don't know why. That was on the tip of my tongue. But 9 yards on the carry for the Saints.
I think all the misdirection in the backfield, it's really confusing the Bulldogs.
The Bulldog
defense.
front, yeah. So 2nd down and 1 coming up. Inside the 15-yard line at the 11. Looks like they got Gallegos carrying for San Dimas. He's going to be spotted at about the 7-yard line for the first down. So it'll be 1st and goal, San Dimas. 4:12 to play.
Looks like they're putting him at the 9-yard line.
8-yard line.
Yeah, 8. Yep.
8-yard line for the 1st and goal. San Dimas knocking on the door. Bulldogs need to stop.
Handoff left.
And off, it looked like Liam Loyola
just short of the end
just
zone.
shy of the end zone. It looks like at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. So he picked up 7.
That's another, 6 or 7 right there.
This wing-back offense is just giving the Bulldogs problems all night. I mean, with the exception to a few drives where they got the stop and forced the punt.
It reminds me a lot of the offense that Shore High School ran against Muir in the playoffs.
They were like that too.
Absolutely.
The Shore Spartans. They're probably also in action tonight, unless they played last night. They're going to go to
Handoff right
Gallegos,
this time.
and it looks like he
Gallegos,
got in for the
and
touchdown. Yes, he
touchdown.
is. Touchdown, San Dimas. Three-yard rushing touchdown. They spotted him on the 3. So the Saints will make it a 2-possession game for the moment, 32-18.
Looks like they're kicking the extra point.
And yeah, they're going to kick the extra point. So 2-possession game
2:57.
with 2:57 to play.
It's still doable, but the hopes
It's-
are definitely slimmer.
It's
And that
definitely
was good.
slimmer hopes for the Bulldogs as the kick is through, and it's 33-18 in favor of San Dimas. Again, if you're Pasadena, you need a quick strike here. And you have to onside it no matter what. So here's the kick. It's going to be Damari Pitts over there on the far side of the field. Looked like he made one man miss, and he's going to get it to about the 33-yard line for the Bulldogs.
Got a Bulldog injury over there. Or is he just, no, he just needs a
That's Michael Ambrose, number 5. Or I'm sorry, Daniel Freeman, number 5. Michael Ambrose is number 4. It's Daniel Freeman getting an assist up back to his feet from the official. So 2:50 to play. Let's see what the Bulldog offense can do here. They're going to spot him on the 29. Burbage rolling out. Throws. It's complete to Robertson. He gets out of bounds it. Just.
That's who he's going to go to now.
Yep.
That's his go-to guy.
Looks like they're going to spot him at midfield. So first down for PHS.
And he got out of bounds to stop the clock.
First and 10 for Pasadena from the 50. 2:43 to play. Empty backfield, it's going to be a false start. Actually, it looked like he was pointing at the, unless he was pointing at one of the receivers.
Offsides on the defense.
So they were able to get San Dimas to jump. First and 5 for the Bulldogs now. Inside San Dimas territory from the 45. Again, 2:43 to go in the ball game. Bulldogs trailing by 2 possessions. They need a quick strike here, get the onside, and then score another touchdown. Here's Burbage, the throw. He's taking a shot, and oh, it's off the DB. That was Diamato, number 8,
He's
the
playing
safety.
cover 1 all the way.
Yep, he's playing the cover 1. There were 2 Bulldogs in the vicinity, but it missed both of them. That was Robertson, number 3, and then Clark, number 10. It was almost like they lost sight of the ball. And it would have been easy pickings for Adam Diamato if he had been able to squeeze that and pull it in. Second and 5 for the Bulldogs, back on the San Dimas 45. Burbage to throw. Takes the underneath to Damari Pitts. He will be tackled out of bounds for a first down.
There we go. We got a Bulldog injury on that side.
And we have a Bulldog down on the far side of the field. We'll step aside briefly for the injury. That was Daniel Freeman for the Bulldogs. They're stretching him out for a cramp on the other side of the field.
Like he was cramping up pretty bad.
Just a reminder of good hydration and pickle juice.
Pickle juice.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs on the San Dimas 37-yard line. Burbage rolling out, throws to Robertson. It's complete. He makes one. He brushes off a tackle, and he breaks another into the end zone for the touchdown. What a single effort from Kyle Robertson. He had a couple of blockers there with him. Oh man, we got ourselves a ball game. If the Bulldogs can convert this 2-point try.
We're going for 2.
Yep. Looks like we got a timeout on the field.
Timeout Bulldogs.
Bulldogs call a timeout for the 2-point try here. So that means they only have 1 left. Trying to draw up the most
Really good individual
logical
effort.
play.
That
Yeah,
was a
what
great
an
effort.
individual effort
Yeah.
from Kyle Robertson.
As soon as he got that ball, he wasn't going to be denied from getting into that end zone. And, you know, you got to kind of, I think that was probably the first time that I saw the Saints defense with a little hole in it, you know.
Bulldogs are going to try for 2 once again. Lining up for the 2-point try. 2:15 on the clock. Empty backfield. Bulldogs looking. Oh, and he dropped it.
Just got distracted enough by that DB.
He was looking for Sincere
Good
Pitts. It was
throw. Right
an
up.
amazing throw right to him, but I think he just got a little caught off guard by one of the DBs for St. Dimas, and it remains 33-24 in favor of the Saints. And again, if you're Pasadena, you got to onside it here. And I'm pretty sure St. Dimas knows that this time. It looks like Gallegos is lining up closer. Yep, he's motioning for his guys to be closer to the
It's definitely the
50-yard
hands
line.
team out there.
Here's the kick, presumably an onside kick. Bulldogs were successful earlier in the game. Here it is, it's up, and it is Liam Loyola. Just across the 50-yard line from the San Dimas 49. So 1st and 10 for the Saints. And presumably, St. Dimas is going to make the Bulldogs call their last timeout on this drive.
All right, that was interesting. The official was just making sure the ball was spotted in the right spot, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so.
Hand off to the right to Loyola. He got about 6.
6 yards by Liam Loyola.
I mean, close to 7, really. It looks like where they're spotting him.
Oh, typing in all caps
6,
there.
yeah, 6.
So 2nd and 4 for San Dimas. Again, they're going to take all the time in the world here.
And how
Knowing-
many timeouts do the Bulldogs have left?
1.
They should have 1 left, right?
1 left. The question is, when is head coach Ron Jones going to use that timeout?
Is he even going to use the timeout?
If he even decides to use the
If the Saints
timeout,
get a
we're
first
down.
down here. I mean, there's
It's pretty
essentially
much
no reason
over.
to take that timeout.
So 90 seconds
there
left.
it
A
is.
huge run for Bayasa. He's got the first down at the Bulldog 40-yard line. And now Pasadena will call its final timeout.
No worries, man. You're welcome. Wow.
Very interesting game.
Definitely very interesting game. It's definitely a game of momentum. I mean,
All
Bulldogs
about
started
momentum,
off with
yeah.
all the momentum, and then kind of squandered it with the turnovers, and or not the turnover, but the bad snaps.
The bad snaps, yeah.
And that's what allowed San Dimas to get back into the game.
So Pasadena out of timeouts. And again, the Saints are going to take all the time in the world here. They know they pretty much won this game unless they have a bad snap or something and PHS comes away with the football, which would be a miracle. I'm sure those left would want to see that, wearing red.
They essentially just need to snap the ball 3 times.
Yep. They'll give it to Gallegos. He's going to get about 4 or 5 yards. We're down to 1:15 to go. Saying the score holds, San Dimas will go to 1-1, assuming that nothing happened last week in their game against Burbank, which they lost on the scoreboard 56-28. Who knows if anybody was deemed ineligible on the Burbank side, that for some reason on Max Preps it's showing as a win for San Dimas. Pasadena will fall to 1-1. They have Norwalk next week, and for San Dimas they will host Colony. Pasadena will be on the road. They'll give it back to Gallegos, and pretty nice tackle.
That looked like a pretty high tackle, but
That was number 20, Maximus Reynolds, senior for these Bulldogs. We're going to be under 20 seconds to play, and
this is probably going to be the last snap right here.
this is either going to be the last snap or
All you
San
gotta do is
Dimas
take a
won't
knee.
snap at all.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is take a knee.
It's a 3rd down and 3, but
It's
it looks
just the
like
formalities, basically.
it looks like they're just gonna let the time run off here, as we're gonna have time expire officially. So a very interesting way to end our game tonight. Again, it just seemed like a game of momentum. Pasadena started with a pretty decisive touchdown drive to get
It's a
thing
great
going.
opening drive.
And
I don't
then
think
it was just-
anybody in the Pacific League would take that opening drive away.
Right.
Yeah, it was a great opening drive to start off the game. And then with the PAT, there was the high snap.
Yep, the high snap,
That
and
was
that's
blocked.
just kind of one of the things that they're going to have to work on in practice this upcoming week, is get those special team snaps down. There are a couple of high snaps, a couple of low snaps. But they'll work on it. They'll come back a better team than they were tonight when they face off against Norwalk next week. Norwalk, as far as I know, is also a run-heavy team.
The one thing that I noticed about this Bulldog team is they're definitely young, according to the roster.
Yeah, they're young.
They seem like they have a lot of freshmen, and so This loss, I mean, this is going to be a big loss because it's going to be a growing,
It's
you know,
growing
pain.
pains.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
It's growing pains.
But you know what? I guarantee you, when these guys come back next year, if they face off each other or with each other again next year, this Bulldog team
Bulldog team is going to have their
is
number
gonna have
next
their
year.
number,
Yeah.
exactly.
So once again, our final score: San Dimas 33, Pasadena 24. I'm Bryce Narvaez, student at Arizona State University, the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Saying so long and see you next week. I'll figure out what game we're going to do, if it's going to be between Charter Oak and Muir, or if it's going to be another Pacific League team. Preferably, we're just looking around the Pacific League this year and giving you audio broadcasts for football. So long and see you next week. Thank you for tuning in.